Van Halen.
What about Van Halen? Jump.
Yeah.
Might as well jump.
So we're a Van Halen podcast now?
No. In no way, shape, or form we have Van Halen podcast.
You're what?
Just a Wolfie one.
Just a Wolfie podcast?
Yeah, Wolfie Van Halen. The one who's alive.
Is he the better of the Van Halens?
No. Are you kidding me? Yeah, maybe he's the best living Van Halen. But
that's what I'm saying. Is he the best breathing Van Halen right now?
I bet there's another one out there who's.
Is this like kind of like which one's the better stall, and we know who the better stall is?
Right.
No, there isn't a better stall. There's just worse stalls.
I thought it was a trick question sort of thing. Like,
yeah.
So it's like
because he made those kids.
Bingo. This guy gets it. The creator.
The
turtle that we're in the dream of. That's who the better stall is.
It's when you go back in time. That's who you have to take out.
Who would you take out, Stall or Stalin?
That's a good question.
That's an important question.
No, the father Stall or Stalin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
One changes hockey history forever, and the other one changes the world.
Games would probably win at some point.
I'd probably take out all the Stahl brothers. Honestly, Stalin can stay. Like, he was actually important in some respects, whereas the Stahl brothers are just annoying as fuck.
Where would you take the Stahls out to?
Denny's.
We're going to who?
Wait, no. Bob Evans. Definitely Bob Evans.
You're gonna take
cheese fondue fountain.
Wait, what?
Cheese fondue fountain.
Fondue fountain now?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's Golden Corral. I don't know.
That's Golden Corral.
Talk about things that
the dollar Long Island's on like Thursday or something. Man, those things were the worst. You'd wake up the next day just shaking because it's like 90% sugar.
I literally was drinking an iced tea with a splash of fucking whatever's in Long Island. I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm like, bro.
Ends of the bottles, you just dump into it. That's a Long Island.
Applebee's used to do that shit with $1 margaritas, and then they had the endless. Then they had like, they were trying to do an all-you-can-eat boneless wing thing, and like I'd wake up so fucking hungover and like wanting to shit myself because of all that. I'm like, these suck.
Was it truly all you can eat, or did they actually like make you clock out at some point in time and take a break?
It was before COVID, so you could sit there and talk to the locals for a long time. It was in Akron, so I was talking to the locals left and right, like LeBron James ain't shit. They're like, oh, what you talking about? Like,
and that running back for the Ravens there, Lamar.
How about that one lopsided crack pandemic that we're going through?
Is that your Akron, Ohio accent?
Nah, it's just my everyday accent. Like, when I'm talking to like a random person on the street, it's like, cute dog. What you mean a cute dog? Blah, blah. It's more of an Italian kind of guy, but
jeez, your white voice.
It's not my white voice. My white voice is later. You want me to do it right now?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
What you talking about? No, just
That's like the worst white voice I've ever heard.
No, my white voice is definitely like sounding like kind of like a mixture between like Ann and like, for some reason it sounds like Ann and Greg.
This is great radio. All of our listeners obviously know who those people are.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one has any idea what's going on here.
Quick synopsis: Ann was my old boss. Greg is Eric's current boss, and we used to all work at the same place. Me, Zach, and Eric. And Ann is an old white woman, and Greg is a Mormon or Jehovah's?
No, Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witness.
Black guy.
He's like 6'5", yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
My suggestion was just going to be we move past it and not actually jump into details and explain our old workplace to people. But I think that the direction we took was the right one.
I think at this point, you guys owe me a fucking apology, all of you.
No.
You might have to censor this, dude, because I still work there. I guess you never said the company. Well, you probably said it previously anyway, so whatever. Who cares?
at this point, like, if they can, what are they gonna fire you for? Saying British Standards Institution? Fucking everybody would fucking suck your dick for free publicity.
Yeah, if Gordy, if you need anything, just give me a call. I can help you out because I know you're the only one listening here.
We promote Gordy. We don't promote a business. We promote certain businesses like
Dynasty. Yep, there we go.
Vision.
Dynasty Brewery, whatever Rob Carlin is going through. That's the things we sponsor. Also, you guys still owe me an apology. I'm still trying to get an apology. You guys over here telling me I can't eat chicken wings and I'm a bad producer and shit.
Hey, did you put in for the intern for Gritty position that we said you were going to?
I may have put it on Indeed.
Assistance.
Nobody can stop the grid man. The grid man is who he is.
Hey man, you just took that System of a Down song like too literally about pushing little children.
Did you see one where he was in a bikini and he's like, I'm trying to do the bust challenge or whatever, and it's the challenge where it's like bust it wide open and shit like that. It's Gritty. Gritty's wearing a fucking thong. I'm like, Gritty, going through some things. I understand. Like, hockey is probably not the same without the fans, but you don't have to show everybody your orange ass. We already saw that his name was Donald Trump.
I didn't see that. Shanoudi, did you stumble upon a video of Donald Trump the public's not aware about?
Yes. If you guys would like to find this video, please DM me or DM the 5 Holers Instagram account. We will send you a link privately, but it does cost money, so we'll send you a bill.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to Shanoudi's new thing, 16 channel.
It's actually 30. He's up to 32 chans now.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
30
I remember the good old days. It was 4.
Yeah, well, back in the day of dial-up, it was 4.
I think it was like 2 at that point, or 1. It was just
Man. Well, boys and girls, if you guys didn't know, this is 5 Holers, where we talk about mostly nothing and somewhat hockey. I am your host, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the captain of this ship that may be sinking, maybe on its last leg, but we don't know. Michael Pharaoh Shanoudi.
I'm gonna have to interrupt here, actually, Mike. As some of you may have heard previously, my brother Zach got married 2 weeks ago now, I guess, Zach? 3 weeks?
3 and a half.
3.5. Anyways, Mr. Shanoudi was introduced to my father at that wedding. My father was introduced to his future son, I believe, which is going to happen. Either way, he said I better say that the new nickname for Shanoudi is the garbage disposal. Because
and boys, guess what my reaction was? You son of a bitch. That's the greatest name I've ever been called.
He proceeded to eat everyone's salad who did not eat it at the table, and then proceeded to eat any leftover foods. I think you had a steak and cheese waiting for you at home as well.
Yeah.
Why were you eating all the garnish stuff?
Garbage disposal, baby. We never die.
He comes through. Sorry, I just had to put that out there. My dad said I better say it, so I wanted to make sure I got it out there.
Well, listen,
he better listen.
I appreciate the sentiment because I am for sure with that. The garbage disposal never. The one thing you could never say bad about me is that I eat that poorly because I eat salads like I do chicken wings anyway. So I think it like evens out.
I think so. Yeah, it's good balance. You eat the whole food pyramid.
I really do. And
like
I go soda.
You throw fries and shit on there that doesn't belong on salad.
It's like Manny Brothers where I put like coleslaw and fries on it.
Yeah, and malt vinegar and a fried egg.
But it's still a salad, so it's healthy for you. It's
like coleslaw is kind of a salad. It's like if a homeless person was a salad. It's like you're still there, but like I'm not.
Coleslaw is mayonnaise salad, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I hate mayonnaise.
Do you like coleslaw?
I like the vinegar ones.
Okay, yeah, exact same boat. I like vinegary slaw. The sweet stuff, the creamy stuff, no go though.
It's just potatoes.
Sad limp lettuce.
Huh?
Do you like potato salad and or macaroni salad though?
Yeah, it's not mayonnaise. Some of them are not mayonnaise.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, a lot of them are mayonnaise. The creamy ones are all mayonnaise.
Not the macaroni.
Like
Well, the macaroni might be cheese, but
Sam hates mayonnaise. So whatever pasta salad eats, I know it's going to be good. Doesn't have mayonnaise. We both think it's the devil's semen. So
I love it. So it's like she's like you're like they had like back in the day, they have someone who eats the food before them to make sure they don't die. Like a king has that.
Yeah,
and Sam is for you.
No, but Sam does it out of love. Like,
Your taster.
The king was a dickhead. The king knew somebody was trying to poison him day in day out. He's like, "Hey, you slave, try this because I know it's poison." Because what chicken looks?
True. You're just trying to make sure you don't get any of that devil's semen, which is mayonnaise.
Never wanted semen. So
never.
So we congratulate you, Zachary, on your wedding, and now your father now dubbing me the garbage disposal. I will now take that as the 5-holer host, Michael, the garbage disposal Shanoudi. And let's get back to the intros. In goal, with his slappers, his dappers, his tusks, ready to stop the puck at every which way. And by golly, he does not suck. Zachary, the Walrus, Vincent.
You know what? I was about to light you up and just talk about how easy it was to do intros and host the show last week, but then you got to turn around and throw an intro like that at me. Like I can't be hating on you at this point in time.
You guys have awoken the beast with the wing comment more than the host comment. So that's the problem here. You guys attacked an integrity of a man who has done nothing but kill himself with wings for the past 27 years. You have awoken the beast.
We'll consider ourselves warned.
Started on the first line, the scorer of all scores, the man that will lure your mother into a date with him, and he will treat her like a nice lady, and he will open the door for her and use protection as always. Jeffrey, the Reverend Snyder.
That was a great intro, man. Yeah, definitely missed those last week. Or whenever we recorded last.
Listen.
Time is just going by so weird in this.
I have made you successful like you have never been before. More than Leo. More than Leonardo DiCaprio. You are the... And your friend. Flying high in the sky. You better watch out. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, that's maybe a guy who's going to poop on you. Because his analysis, his game corner, the best in the business. Eric, the Red Falcon, Vincent.
What's up, guys? Thank you. I missed that intro too. Zach, you had a good job last week, and then the week before we didn't have any intros. But you can't mess with the best. You die like the rest. So
I'm backing off.
I feel like one of those horns, like the rap horns. After that,
Welcome to the 5-holers, the sounds of music. But the point is though, like I really did enjoy your guys' intros last week. So here's my peace offering to everybody. And whenever I'm not on the show, we have the Walrus who's going to step up. Congratulations, buddy. You have now taken over at backup host.
All right.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Am I actually going to get paid by Four Corners Studio now?
Well, if you make fun of my wing eating skills one more fucking time, this podcast is canceled.
This gentleman lost a wing eating competition to a 12-year-old.
And that's it. Thank you guys for showing up. 5-holers has stopped on episode 51. Fuck off.
Brought to you by Sprite.
Freaking hot. Fuck.
And just so the podcast canceled, we never cancel the sponsors. We're just going to come on for like 10 minutes every week and say all the sponsors, and that's it.
Dude,
we're still getting paid.
Dude,
yeah.
I yelled like sponsors like Pornhub Live, Sprite, Dynasty Brewery. I'm distracted by this podcast that got canceled. And it's a 10-second. Literally every episode is just new product that just come out. The Doucher 5000. Dude, wipe 1,000.
Surge.
Surge.
Don't call it company.
Spike TV, Mansers.
Manser.
TV show for men. Oh my God, man. Before we get into the hockey thing, the Mansers shows were the best. That and 1,000 Ways to Die. That's the only reason why I would watch the Spike TV were those two things. Because Manster's was just ridiculous. Like, how much of gasoline can you drink before you get drunk? And they're like, it's a double negative, or it's like a catch-22. You drink that much alcohol, you're gonna die. Or gasoline, you're gonna die. And the 1,000 Ways to Die one was wild. Like, there was one dude who was in Mexico, and they were shooting bullets in the air, and the one bullet like came down and killed him like a day later or some shit. I don't know. It was just the most wild things I've ever heard. Like, people in those situations, like, it made me scared of going outside. Like, one dude died because he had like a BBW fetish, and the woman was so fat that he like could not like tap her to get off, so he suffocated.
Oh, and then there was the guy who went and wanted to smoke, but he was out of weed, so he just grabbed random plants and rolled them up. Then he fucking died. And that's called natural selection. Like, come on.
Like, at that point, it's just like some of those ways to die was just like, were you really?
I was. What you were talking about, man. How happy did that guy die? Like, if he loved BBW, like,
bro, he was
happy out.
Listen. What is too like? There's a thing of like pleasure with consequences. That was it. Like, that was the epitome.
Ask David Carradine about that. Pleasure with consequences.
God. Speaking of pleasure and consequences, Tom Wilson did it again. Tom Wilson gets off from like killing people like on the hockey rink and like, going, "What did I do? I didn't kill this guy." As Caps fans, I like this is like kind of the thing where like, you know how like some people in like the hood say they're immune to gunshots, like they're just like, oh, we hear gunshots going off. Like, I feel like that's how Caps fans are with like Tom Wilson getting like suspended for a bad hit. So I pass it off to our resident defender, Red Falcon, on the
Yeah, Wilson suspended again for 7 games on a hit on Brendan Carlo, one of the two it is. 7-game suspension. He won't appeal it. It's his first suspension since his suspension in 2018, where he got suspended for 20 games and then had it the arbitrator come in and reduce it to 14. I saw the hit live. It looked bad coming into it, sort of, but then again, you look at other hits that go on in the league all the time. If you go back and just look at the NHL Department of Player Safety's Twitter and look at the hits that they've called previously and the suspensions they've doled out, it doesn't make much sense to me. Tom Wilson's not considered a repeat offender anymore. He's had enough time between his previous suspension and now, and I think it's just the NHL being harsh. They also said, what is it? The first suspension for boarding someone that wasn't from behind, I believe it was.
Yes, that is true.
So I think they're just being harsh on Wilson a little bit. I'm not saying it was a good hit. He probably shouldn't have done that. He's a big guy, though. Carlo's a big guy as well. Shanoudi's right, though. We hear this kind of thing and we're like, all right, well, it's just how it's going to be. Like, just Wilson's been gone for 7 games, and hey, Daniel Sprong gets a jersey and he'll be on the lineup, and I like Sprong, so I'm glad he'll be playing, but sucks for Wilson. You feel like he's sort of out of that, but he got sucked back in. So I saw Jeff's eyes rolling over there. Let's get Jeff's take before we follow up with another Caps fan.
Yeah, get Jeff's take, because I love when Jeff comes in and gives us his take, because at least we have somebody who's not a Caps fan and he could be, I guess, unbiased. But let's see, Jeff, what's going on?
I mean, I'm surprised they actually suspended him. I mean, it seems like they've gotten away with quite a bit, and you guys seem to be playing like, oh, they like the martyr card with him. Like, I mean, come on, the guy hasn't changed. It's the same way. Like, I feel like if anything, he's like infected more people. Like, I've seen Oshie get dirtier as a player since he's been a Capital from when he was a Blue. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm surprised because the suspensions and fines have been all over the fucking place this season. Like, they're, once again, no rhyme or reason. Like, they really need to get the Department of Player Safety, like, fucking line. I mean, it seems like the same way with all sports because, yeah, I mean, but I'm happy he got suspended. I mean, Carlo was rushed to the hospital right after that hit.
Yeah, no, the coach came out and said it was a concussion, so it makes sense he was taken. I think the Bruins found out in the second period intermission that he was taken away, and then Wilson had to answer for it by fighting twice. What do you think of the hit, though, Jeff? Did you think it was a bad hit?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a bad hit. I mean, for Tom Wilson, it wasn't his dirtiest hit. But,
yeah.
I mean, I think the hit and the result of what happened, the NHL was their hand was forced to suspend him, though, too. Because, I mean, you send anyone to the hospital, unless it's like a legit, situation. I mean, I guess those do happen. It seems more rare, but in a situation like this where there was a penalty and everything, I kind of feel like they were forced to suspend him anyway. But I think he's had worse hits this season in general. And yeah, I don't think much of him. But I know you guys love him. I think he might do in a different way. Like people might like Mike Green despite the fact he stuck to defense. That guy's a fine player, and kind of feel the same way with Orlov. Like he's the poor man's Mike Green, but
he's the Yakov Smirnoff Mike Green.
Sure, I know what that means.
All right, so to jump in here, I got a few thoughts on this Wilson hit. The first, I don't know. I'm really trying to avoid actually commenting on how I feel about the hit because I will. It was stupid. It was illegal, and Tom Wilson should know better. But the biggest things I pull out of this is one: the biggest detriment is not to Tom Wilson here. The biggest detriment is to the Washington Capitals. He is an energy player. He's someone who brings a lot to not only the ice but the locker room as well, apparently. And it's detrimental to the Caps to have him off the ice for 7 fucking games. I mean. He is someone who does make a difference on the ice every time he's on it, whether that's because he's putting the puck in the net, feeding Ovechkin, or injuring someone. I mean, good, bad, and different. He's making a difference on the ice, and he's a very polarizing player. So that's kind of my first thought is that, this is, the Caps are the ones who are suffering here, and Wilson needs to get his shit in order as a result. Rob Carlin said he's the Washington Capitals' next captain, and if he keeps doing this shit, there's no way that's ever going to happen. Plain and simple. You can't have your captain getting suspended for headhunting. Not that Ovi probably doesn't deserve a suspension or 2 for headhunting in the past. But that brings me to my next point. So this is more about the Department of Player Safety. So the Department of Player Safety has gotten terrible about reputation being involved with how they hand down suspensions. As Eric noted, Tom Wilson, no longer a repeat offender. He should have been eligible for the same punishment for that hit as if Lars Eller had thrown that. Or no, Lars Eller did have that weird 1-game suspension, didn't he?
More recently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way. So in all, theoretically, if Lars Eller threw the hit and Wilson threw the hit, Eller's the one who should have been more punished for it, not Tom Wilson. So that was a really crappy analogy, but you guys get my point either way. And then I also look at Ovechkin spearing what's his
Frederick.
Yeah, spearing Frederick in the nuts. And it's like, that was a fucking spear. Ovechkin should have gotten a match penalty. He should have sat a game as a result of that. And the reason he doesn't is because he's a superstar and the NHL needs him on the ice making them money, whereas Tom Wilson on the ice hurting people and blowing up the Boston Bruins doesn't make the NHL money. So these reputation calls are handed down. So, Mr. George, violent gentleman, fucking Paris needs to get his shit in line or he needs to step down at this point in time. It started out as a joke, this whole spin the wheel thing for what Department of Player Safety is going to do for any sort of questionable play. But it's really, it's become a reality. You have no fucking idea what the Department of Player Safety is going to do. You don't even know if they're going to call an illegal hit, illegal play, whatever, by the correct rule at this point in time. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, and that's on the ref too. Like the ref should understand the rules because they fucking have bombed a lot. And I do wonder if it's not having fans in the stadium because do the fans somewhat keep the refs in check from just being completely just making these random calls. But
yeah, you're missing that third ref there, if you want to call it that, with the fans, because they definitely make themselves known. I want to go back to that Ovechkin spear. As a hockey player, Jeff and Zach, Shanoudi, I'm sorry. I saw that spear right in Frederick's balls and or taint area. And holy shit, I wish he would have two-handed him in the legs or done literally anything other than that. Because, like, I remember playing and having kids do that, and it was the cheapest bullshit in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so upsetting to see a captain Ovechkin do that because it's just a cheap shot. I'd expect Marchand to do that or someone like that to do it, but you don't expect Ovechkin, and holy crap, I was saddened to see him do that.
You know,
See,
it's good.
I gotta jump in here because as the resident goaltender on 5 Holers, and no stranger to cheap shots myself because I was a goalie. It's what we did. You hit people in the back of the head with your blocker. You speared them with your goalie stick. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was very happy with the outcome of that whole thing.
But that's different. Like, I'm with you that I love watching the goalies do that, but it's completely different as a player. Like, I love Hextall, but if he was a skater and doing that same shit, I would be pissed as fuck. And I also have to point out how ridiculous is this player safety, like whoever's leading it, that we've had now Pharaoh and we had Shanahan. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we people that were like had so many penalties in that?
Yeah, it's like
someone like Ryan O'Reilly type of player who's like Lady Bing finalists every year, and like someone
it's crazy.
Are you saying that Tom Wilson has a career after he's done playing in the NHL?
Let's call it here. Tom Wilson at some point will be the head of this.
If Tom Wilson I'm kill myself.
He did a good job with it. Like, in those videos he released where he explained everything, like, he may not have agreed with people getting suspended, but he at least had a breakdown of why he did everything.
Yeah, he at least gave you an explanation. Like, with so many of these suspensions recently, you just go on their Twitter and you're like, what the fuck are they saying? It's just listening to bullshit, like, it's just over and over again, just like very vague. Video? Yeah, it's just very vague. It's like, fucking Pierre said more than this asshole. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy. The inconsistency is insane.
And I'm drawing a blank on the game, but it was this last week where the one guy, like, he high sticks the player in the face, and then the team of the guy who got high sticked in the face, some guy comes over and whacks him twice, like square in the face. Neither of those guys got any suspension. It's like,
that wasn't that Marchand?
No, I don't know, because it was like people that I really didn't suspect. Yeah, it wasn't.
Marchand cross-checked somebody in the back of the head after talking shit about Tom Wilson, which was kind of funny too. But
yeah, cross-check was bad. Was it Alex Chason in the Edmonton game? Toronto.
Yeah,
Chason got suspended for 1 game for that cross-check to the head.
Okay.
But just, a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Great, because I mean, it's another thing, like you were saying with the whole, sticking a guy in the nuts, like, or using your stick, like, to swing at someone's head, like, those things should automatically be suspensions. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone kind of understands this. We all have weapons in our hands and on our feet, but you're not going to use them that way.
It's like, I mean, if you high stick someone in the head, you automatically get a penalty, but you can hit someone in the head right now, and if how the ref sees it depends on if you get a penalty or not. So there's a lot of things that NHL needs to do better, and the Department of Player Safety actually needs to have a proper head at the top of it. I agree with Zach. They need to find someone who's not, the prerequisite isn't over 300 penalty minutes or something like that.
Top 25 all time in penalty minutes.
Yeah.
No, but like, sometimes it's a ref show, and that's what I hate. Like, just to put it out there, like, even this season, I think you're right with no fans. Like, I think the refs like to show off sometimes and like put their dicks out there and saying, "Hey, you guys can't run this." No, I'm just being like, I see it in basketball and football, like, especially with no fans, like, they want to be prevalent in the eyes of everyone. I'm just like, dude, like, really, like, come on, like, stop it. Like, the Tom Wilson hit, yes, that's one thing, but I saw one guy call tripping, and it really, the stick wasn't even close to the guy's foot. I think it was the Tampa Bay Lightning game last night, and I was like, dude, that's not even close to tripping. Like, please review that. Like, the guy tripped on his own feet, and I was like, this is dumb as fuck. But
a lot of those, like, slashing calls now and hooking calls too, like, if you get your stick anywhere near someone's hands, you're gonna get called. So they definitely need to reevaluate how they're calling things. I think you're right on that, Mike.
Right. But at the end of the day, like, what do we think? What do we think Tom Wilson get at suspension wise?
What?
What do we think his suspension will be?
You already got
Huh?
He already got it. 7 games.
Oh, I thought they didn't announce it. They said he had a hearing.
Yeah, he got 7 games. They announced it yesterday in the morning, I think. Or no, the night before.
How much lost time do you have?
Huh?
How much lost time do you have? Do you remember the past like 43 hours or?
I don't remember a lot of things with this game. So.
Speaking of players sort of going crazy, though, I want to talk about this Jordy Biddington goalie reaction as he was skating off the ice. I think he got pulled is what happened, I believe. I sent it to the group chat. I hope you all watch it. It is amazing if you haven't seen it out there. Jordan Biddington, he's skating off the ice, and he goes to the Sharks bench and starts harassing them. He starts pushing people. He blockers Erik Karlsson in the face. Gives him a quick jab to the face, it looks like. And as he's getting off the ice, he tries to fight their goalie as well. And the whole scene is amazing. I don't know if he said anything about what happened yet or what was going on.
The other goalie called him like a joke for doing that. Like, he got a little rant about it.
It was amazing. I can't believe he actually got Karlsson in the face with his blocker. Because if you watch the video, he clearly just like pulls back and hits him. And
Shark fans are happy about that. Karlsson's been underproducing. Maybe I'll wait.
Just another thing that he's skating off the ice. The ref should be there. They should be doing their job. They shouldn't be allowing that to happen. Also, how is he not going to get suspended for that?
Well, I think we know.
Goalies don't get suspended.
Yeah.
Zach, take this one. Goalies don't get suspended, right?
All right. Well, not to pull the same card I pulled earlier, but as the resident goaltender of 5 Holers, I thought it was fucking great. That's every goalie's fucking dream right there. Just skate around the ice and say "fuck you" to the other team, and then go down and try and fight the other goalie. Like, that's a good day in net right there. I don't care if someone drops a fucking 8 spot on you on 22 shots. Like, that's a great day. You punched Erik Karlsson in the fucking face with your blocker. Like, how many men on this planet, and women for that matter, I should be all inclusive, can say they punched Erik Karlsson in the face with a goalie blocker?
The women part, that's open to open discussion. That might be off the ice stuff.
Yeah, his wife definitely has.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's what he's into. We don't know. We can't judge.
We don't judge here.
We don't kink shame.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Our sponsors were not like that.
Oh, you guys just wait for our game later. There's going to be a whole lot of kink shaming going on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. This is going to be interesting. It's not a Red Falcon game corner either. It's a Walrus game
Bonanza.
Tide pool.
Tide pool. I was trying to think of like a water, yeah.
Tide pool. Whirlpool.
The Walrus' game golf.
Game golf.
Yeah.
Like
I just keep thinking of submarine because you've already got a Beatles reference with the Walrus.
That is true. He's got a point.
The Walrus' game submarine.
Not wrong on that one. Walrus.
Sponsored by the Beatles.
No. Definitely not. It's not the 60s.
All right, boys. So I got big news for the podcast. I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out there live on the air. So it turns out we have a famous listener.
Gordy, you became famous?
No, Gordy's not famous. Hi, Gordy. Everyone say hi to Gordy.
Cheers, Gordy.
Keep fresh.
I almost got him to come on tonight. He's getting close. One of these weeks it's going to happen. But either way, we have a famous listener. Do you guys remember how much shit we talked about Jeff Skinner last week?
Yes.
Well, as of yesterday, Jeff Skinner went out and scored a goal to prove us wrong.
What a rat bastard. I want to keep talking shit. I didn't get to talk shit last time.
Well, it's his first goal since the leap day of last year, being February 29th. So it has been more than a whole calendar year since he scored a goal. Although, given he's only played like 20 games in that stretch because the Buffalo Sabres did not make it into the bubble last year. But either way, so, for the $10 million a year with an annual cap hit of $9 million that is being given to Jeff Skinner by the Buffalo Sabres for a whole year, they now have one goal to show for it. It might be the most expensive goal in the history of the NHL.
Let's go.
It's amazing. I can't believe he listens. I mean, I don't know what I should say now because they're 6-14. So I don't know if there's a lot we can say to help him out. But thanks for listening, Jeff. If you got any sponsors, let us know.
Especially if they're Phil Kessel related.
Definitely Phil Kessel.
If you're a Jeff Skinner fan, well, let's be honest, you're not a Jeff Skinner fan.
You know, it's funny because every time the Caps play Boston, I'm like, holy shit, Jeff Skinner's on the Sabres?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way most people think with Sabres players. It's like, wait, that's where Okposo went? I haven't heard that name in a while. And there's a reason.
That's true.
Wait,
Hey,
is that
guy?
Taylor Hall?
Players were good players on their old team. Skinner was great with Carolina, and I'm sure big fan thing with the whole figure skating thing he did when he was younger. I'm sure he got figure skaters into hockey or some shit like that. So they're the only ones upset by this, in which I'm not mad about at all.
No, never mad.
Yeah. But yeah, no, dude, everyone goes to Buffalo and their career just ends. Or they I mean, the few that they draft do well, but they're stuck in Buffalo. So
Yeah, I mean,
they do well there, or they immediately get out. One of the two.
Yeah,
well, I mean, Ryan Miller was amazing there. That guy faced 50 shots a night on average.
Something crazy like that.
He gets out and he can't do well because he's just burnt out from all his years in Buffalo.
All right. So while we're on the subject of the Buffalo Sabres, this is one statistic I wanted to point out. We don't really need commentary here, but I thought it was an interesting one. So for the last 3 games, the Buffalo Sabres have played the New York Islanders. They have lost 5-2, 3 games in a row. How astounding is that? No? Okay, let's move on then. Jeff, throw a topic at us.
Oh yeah, the Flames fired their coach this last week. I definitely chat about this when they lost 2 of 3 to Ottawa, and they lost 2 of the games. It was 7-1 and 5-1 were 2 of their losses. Montreal fired their coach after back-to-back losses to Ottawa. So I just thought this was some trend. You lose 2 out of 3 to Ottawa, you're gonna fire your coach. A couple games later, they finally let him go, and they're bringing back Daryl Sutter. Right?
Daryl Sutter, he's alive.
The one who brought the Kings the Stanley Cup, and I thought he was the coach when the Flames went and lost to Tampa. So
I thought he died in a freak gardening accident, to be completely honest with you.
I think that's Alan Thicke.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense too. They're practically the same person, so
yeah.
he was the head coach of the Flames from 2002 to 2006.
Okay, so yeah, he was there when they lost the Stanley Cup. So yeah, they're trying to recapture the glory days with them, I guess, but it's definitely not gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. The Flames are very weird because if you look at their last, 5-6 years, they have a season in the playoffs and a season when they're trash. And it just rotates that every which way. They made the playoffs last year. This is their bad year. And now even Flames fans hate Matt Tkachuk, which is great because everyone else in the Canadian division fucking hates that guy. So.
Oh, wow. That was a quick turn there for him. Wow.
I mean, he's not producing. So, yeah they're pissed off.
That's funny. They all loved him last year.
I don't like either one of those Tkachuk fuckers.
Well, no. I mean, of course not.
I'd love to see a team where it was Tom Wilson, Matt Tkachuk, and Brad Marchand. Then we could get Biddington in goal and one of the defenders.
The Goon Squad.
But yeah. Move one of them around. Evander Kane will be the defender.
Yes, there you go. Now you're thinking.
Hey, he's got to make money somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
So from the Flames onto a sombering topic. Sombering? I don't know what the word is.
Somber.
Definitely not sobering. Shout out to Dynasty Brewing.
Sobering work too there, actually. Good job.
Somber.
Well, either way, the passing of Walter Gretzky, R.I.P., the great one's father. Cheers to the man. Of course, pour one out for the homie there. Passed away on the 4th. Yeah, I mean,
legendary sack. That's all I'm gonna say. Legendary sack got us a great one. So
I don't think you could have summed it up better than legendary sack. So I think that should be where it's left for the 5 holers. 5 holers would like to say to Wayne Gretzky, Walter Gretzky had a legendary sack.
he has a legendary sack.
That's legitimately the most athletically talented sperm in the history of the world, quite possibly, unless you count like fucking Hercules. I mean, Shanoudi's got a point here.
Yeah.
Name outside of the debate is raging on. I mean, you have Tom Brady, you have Michael Phelps, you have Wayne Gretzky up there being asked, who's the best overall sports athlete of all time? Serena Williams. And if you're a dad of those people, you have a legendary sack. He's up there with a legendary sack.
Who would be more, him or like the Williams dad who produced 2 athletes, or like we're saying with the Stars? I mean,
no, they're identical twins, so they split in the womb, which means it was only 1 sperm. If they would have been fraternal twins and he would have supplied 2 sperms with that much athletic talent, then yeah, we'd have something to talk about. But that was simply just cloning going on, essentially.
That's good.
Biology.
5 holers sponsored by Science. Sometimes you look like a bitch.
Science, you're a bitch sometimes.
Wow, did he just misquote "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia"?
Yeah, Science, you're a lot. It can be a liar sometimes.
There we go. Do you feel better now?
I feel a lot better. It's like holding in a sneeze.
I was gonna say it's like holding in a sneeze. Yeah, you gotta get that out.
But legendary sack. Thoughts and prayers to the Gretzky family from the 5 holers. We appreciate you and we appreciate everything you have done. R.I.P.
Can't wait for Ovechkin to break your son's record.
Oh no, the way Ovechkin's been playing this season, I don't know if it's going to happen.
Because you cursed him last episode, Zach.
I cursed him. What did I do? I don't even
you put that evil on Ovi. Yeah, you hated on him. You gave a hot take saying he wasn't going to get the Rocket.
Well, that's a hot take though. Hot takes are hot takes.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're motivational in nature.
No.
Hopefully he listens.
Skinner next time they play.
Yeah.
Skinner, spread the word.
yeah, Skinner. Yeah, come on, get us out in the locker. Play us in the locker room before the game, Skinner.
No, he's got to tell Ovi that Zach thinks he's not going to win the Rocket to encourage.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Good for something. Not scoring goals, Jeff Skinner.
Zach's first guy.
So does that make Jeff Skinner our marketing person?
Basically,
hey,
we use him to get to the NHL players.
I didn't fucking do all those emails.
Buffalo's schedule, and then
yeah. Jeff Skinner's more like outside sales. He's out there. He's beating the people. He's beating the concrete. He's getting the word out there.
He's a huge William Hung fan.
Because what's Phil doing? And we love Phil. Like, we don't love Skinner.
Phil doesn't have to do a goddamn thing he doesn't want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Put him on a pedestal with the Tom and Jerry movie and Space Jam 2. All those greatness.
Space Jam 2?
Yes.
I think.
I saw a synopsis of it the other day. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah. You're selling his by putting him in with those 2 things.
Yeah. That's why I put him with those 2 things. It's terrible until you watch.
No, man.
And then it's even worse.
Phil Kessel, hot dogs, and Russian hookers.
That's when I'm going to my pants, is when we get Phil Kessel on this podcast and he eats a hot dog with all of us.
No, we're having a eating contest when he's on here, which will make for great radio, by the way.
That's the logical answer. Well, that's when we evolve into live streaming. What's the next logical step is for us to do live streaming. I mean, once the money keeps rolling in from the sponsors, I mean,
he'll join us on Twitch.
Yeah, for a hot dog eating contest.
Moving to Twitch.
On Twitch. Coming to you in April.
Switched it.
Good Lord. All right, let's do another topic because we have gone so far off the rails, it's ridiculous. So, Vladimir Tarasenko officially back on the ice and skating again. Great for the St. Louis Blues if they can fit him under the cap. So, what happens here, boys?
Trade his ass.
To where? Tarasenko for Kuz 1-1. I'm down.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys win the trade in RP. It keeps you on cap.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm down. I was actually thinking about like Minnesota or some wild shit, but like.
Well, I like what you did there. Minnesota or some wild shit.
That was good, yeah.
Well,
Tarasenko played on Saturday.
He did?
He had 16 minutes ice time. He's
already
-2.
under the cap?
Must be.
My point just got blown up. Let's see. They are using $8.74 million in long-term injury reserve right now. They have Colton Perioko, Robert Thomas, and Jacob De La Rosa out. So Colton Perioko being out is actually pretty big for them because that gives them $5.5 million worth of cap space that they can put on Tarasenko. So, well, I guess it looks like they thought about this and prepared for it. So, never mind.
Of course. Tarasenko's their best player, man. They're going to make sure he gets out.
Whoa, you hating on Nathan Walker, Jeff?
I don't know who that is. I mean, I
First Australian in the NHL? Come on.
What Biddington did last, we were just talking about. I can understand why you could think he's better than Tarasenko if you're a Blues fan.
No, I think, let's see. Who do we got here?
That's how much is
Zachary Sanford, better than Tarasenko, if you ask me.
Oh, really? Didn't he just get injured as well? He's got hit in the head, I think.
Yeah, did Tom Wilson do it? I can't remember.
No. He got suspended 4 games for it. Ooh. That's cool Tarasenko's back, though. I thought that was going to be out way longer for his injury that he got surgery for. So,
well, Pasta's the other one that was surprised how quickly he came back from his surgery and the way he's going off.
Oh, yeah, he's been playing crazy. Yeah.
Boston's a much better team than St. Louis, but, still, he's been doing well.
Well, that's what happens when you're on HGH the entire time you're in recovery. It's just how it works. Do you guys remember when Vinny Leclavier broke his fucking tibia and came back 4 weeks later, when he was playing for Philly?
You got to believe in yourself, man. That's how these things heal. It's all through thoughts and prayers. If you just go and aim them at the injury, you get better.
Thoughts, prayers, and human growth hormones. The 3 keys to being an NHL player.
Nothing beats thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers heals all.
Exactly. And if everyone just channels it at the injury, poof.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot of intent. Is this going to become we're just going to start talking about crazy shit now, conspiracies, and
here's my conspiracy. Ready?
You just wait for the game.
Conspiracy 1: aliens really don't probe us. They're just playing a game of chess with our our life forms.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty well known. Yeah. Good job, Shanoudi. We're proud of you.
Just a big
I like that.
We're part of the game.
Do you have sources? That's the real question.
My source is I might be high.
Do you really need sources anymore? I feel like you don't even need sources anymore. You'd be like,
source of everything. It's on Wikipedia, then I believe it. Fuck it. I don't care.
All right. Yo, does the Four Corners Studio have a Wikipedia page?
I'm gonna create one.
No. Can I create it?
Yes. Zach, create it.
Cool. I got stuff to do during work tomorrow. Fuck yeah.
On our Instagram and Twitter and stuff for the Four Corners.
Love it.
Great idea. All right. Does anyone have any other topics they want to cover before we enter Walrus's game golf?
The Walrus's golf corner.
Wow. Wow. I'm honored. What can I say?
Oh God.
Ooh, weird. Dad just texted me and asked if we're taking calls.
Yeah. Bring him on.
Call him in before the game
All right.
show.
Hold on. Can I call in? Can I call him from Skype somehow?
Yeah. Wait.
Hold on. I gotta take my AirPods out, and then I gotta call him from my iPad. I got this, guys.
Click where it says add people.
This is the last time Jordy was on this way. And you guys tried to get Craig on one, and then you just sent out his phone number.
Yeah. You did get Gordy that one time, though.
Yeah, we did. Well, he called back, and then I put him
Yeah. Because you're like, he was like, I thought something was wrong.
I answered the call. You're on 5 Holers or whatever.
Just hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm calling my dad, I think. God damn it! How do I do this from fucking iPad?
You gotta have service on your iPad.
No, I don't have service. I can FaceTime him.
I mean, yeah. Are you on your computer?
Hold on. No, this is, by the way, this is great radio, guys.
This is just behind the scenes of 5 Holders, actually.
Yep.
This is bonus content.
You get to see how the sausage is.
You might have to turn that up. I don't know.
It's up all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably hear it if we just all stay quiet.
Dad, you are live on the air at 5 Holers.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Do you hear that?
Hello?
Dad?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I can barely hear you, but yes.
What do you have on the air, Dad?
I want to know if Pharaoh has been given his new name.
You're goddamn
was.
right, he did.
Yes.
He's going to be in the social media posts. He's going to be now known as garbage disposal.
Yes, sir. Zach, tell him yes. In the post.
Yes, Dad, you got it.
He adopted it well. It was a natural transition.
All right. So you guys focusing on the Tom Wilson suspension tonight?
We did a little bit on it. Yeah. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think he gets treated unfairly based on his reputation. I think if that would have been Nicholas Backstrom that made that hit, no one would have said anything.
Nicholas Backstrom wouldn't have made that hit.
Jeff, suck a dick.
That's my point. But anyone else could have made that hit, and they wouldn't have been suspended.
Totally agree.
I totally agree. Except for podcast doesn't agree.
What's that?
One guy doesn't agree, right, Jeff? You loser.
Well, he's a Penguins fan, so you know.
No. Hell no.
No, he just lives in Pittsburgh. He's a Winnipeg Jets fan, so it's even worse because they have 0 Stanley Cups.
They still have a hockey team there?
It's a new one. It improved. The reboot.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for including me. I'll let you guys get back to what you do best. Okay.
All right,
bye.
Bye.
Dude, we're gonna take calls more often. That was cool. Fuck you, Jeff.
I like how you threw that in. We're gonna take calls more often. That's so sweet. Fuck you, Jeff.
I was the one who had the first call that worked through here.
That's true.
It worked for a minute because Gordy has no idea what the fuck is going on half the time.
We'll have to line up more calls, more guests. It's going to be...
No, it's got to be a surprise to them that they're on the show.
Exactly. That's...
We answered the phone. Let's keep that up.
I'm out.
Actually, you know what? The first call we ever took on the show was actually Sammy.
Thank you, Zach.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It was
was
an episode that just me and Shanoudi did.
Yep. That was the day me and him were the only...
But she didn't answer, I thought, when you called her.
Answered and she got pissed because she was like, you should tell me before you put me on air and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
blah, blah, blah.
I'm like,
I did listen to once before I was on the show.
I was like, listen, baby, live reactions are all the hit right now, so you need to be a part of it.
Yeah, so we just got, you're right, everyone who's been on this show it's been a surprise. So
Yes. I said,
You got a point. All right, boys, you ready for the game?
Let's go, baby. Waiting for this
All right,
whole.
now this
Hell yeah!
This
This
correlates
this is unsanctioned. This is unsanctioned game, not approved by Red Falcon Commissioner. And go.
It's like an all-star game. Like it doesn't mean anything in the end, but it's still fun to watch, right?
I guess.
All right. Well, either way, this relates to your new nickname as the garbage disposal Shanoudi. So this game is so eloquently called "Would Shanoudi Eat It?" So what we're gonna do is, and this is all aimed at Shanoudi. You guys can chime in with ideas, any objections you have to what he said. But either way, I'm gonna name something. It might be an animal. There's a lot of interesting things on this list, to say the least. But either way, I'm gonna name something, and Shanoudi has to tell us whether he would eat it or not. And then if he says he would eat it, he has to tell us how he would prepare it and how many of them he could eat. If he says no, then he has to tell us why the hell not. So are you guys ready?
So I don't answer until.
No, you do answer.
No, at the end, like they say no, and then I say yes, and then I say why or why not.
Well, you say. I say what you're eating. You say yes or no. If you say yes, you tell us how you would prepare it and how many you could eat. If you say no, then you tell us why not. Okay.
Why don't they guess first? Why don't they guess first?
So me and Jeff will guess if he'll eat it or not. So one of us will be yes and one of us will be no.
And then he has to give us the long form answer.
Yes.
Yeah. I
All
like
right,
it.
perfect. All right, so the first item that I want to know, will Shanoudi eat? An anaconda, not of the Sir Mix-a-Lot variety.
Is it the Samuel Jackson Snakes Get Off My Plane variety?
Were there anacondas in that? I think it was like the Ice Cube movie, right?
Well, that wasn't that was actually Anaconda, but I think there was anacondas on Snakes on a Plane as well.
I think there was too. Either way, Anaconda. So yes, Samuel L. Jackson, Ice Cube, all of that.
Oh, I think you eat it. Yeah.
I eat snake. I'd eat that.
All right, Shanoudi.
Okay.
Would you eat that, Eric?
So
yeah, probably try it.
Doesn't matter of the Ice Cube variety or the Snakes on the Plane variety. Yes, but how many would be different. If it's the Ice Cube version, I try to go for the triple threat, go for 3. But if it's the Samuel L. Jackson one, it's 56 to 60 at least, because those are small ones. Now, how would I?
Right.
I would squeeze out the venom. You got to squeeze out the venom, of course.
They don't have venom.
They're constrictors. They don't have venom.
Oh, I don't know animals like that. Brown Steve Irwin will be back soon.
He's still in school. He's learning.
Open.
Staying away from the
open the
stingrays.
mouth like this. You got to break the jaw. You got to break it. You got a wide open, and then you got to cut the skin, and then you saute it, and then put an apple in it, and then you grill it, and then you eat it like that.
Are you talking about something from Jungle Book or something?
Basically, like yes.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Jungle Book.
Sounds delicious. Moving on to our next item. Would Michael Shanoudi eat a narwhal?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
they're real animals, it turns out.
Those are real.
Like the
I'm going to jump out.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yep.
Okay.
With the just a single horn, right? Single horn coming out?
Like
the beer, Sierra Nevada beer? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say no, because it's a magical creature, more or less. I mean, although it is still a creature, I think Mike has too much respect for that kind of animal. Snakes, fuck them. You eat them all the time. Who gives a shit? Find a snake outside right now. A narwhal? Oof. It's gonna take a little bit to find there. Jeff, what do you think?
The answer is yes, is because it's so rare. Like, anyone can get a snake or whatever, but to have a narwhal, this is like when I was in Sweden and ate reindeer. Like, you eat it because you're in the area that you can get. Like, or
like a guinea pig. I think I've seen a picture of Jeff there with a full-on guinea pig in front of him.
Pig in Peru, yeah. And there's another animal in Peru that I ate. Yeah, it's just when you're there, why not fucking try it? Like, they're the ones who know how to cook it, right? I'm not gonna ever try to make that myself.
As you can tell,
the magical powers.
As you can tell by my reaction, I would eat it just because of the story, but I would only because I would feel bad because I feel like it's an endangered species. So how would I cook it? I'd give it a proper roasting in the oven with some nice. I feel like buffalo ranch or soy sauce would be that. But I would take the horn off and get into a nice.
You gotta take the horn off. Yeah, you can't leave the horn on.
Would you use the horn as the spit you're roasting it on?
Exactly. Proper.
Would you use this dildo?
Proper. Everything's a dildo if you're man enough.
All right, you know what? I got to jump in with our next question there because he had a perfect segue. So our next one, our third question. Would Michael Shanoudi eat an anaconda of the Sir Mix-a-Lot variety?
Jeff, what do you think there?
No.
Yeah, I agree with Jeff. No. Is anaconda a euphemism for something here?
Yeah, clearly. It's
Well then, yeah. I think Mike has enough anacondas on his plate. He doesn't need another one. So say no there as well.
Like animal you're talking about, or is this just a human being? It would definitely be a no for most people.
Yeah. So is the question: would Mike eat a human?
Yeah, pretty much.
If he cooked
And
it
we've
right.
come full circle to Always Sunny, haven't we?
Oh God.
It's only matter of time.
Yeah.
All right, Shanoudi, what's the ruling?
No, dude, I will not eat a dude's dick.
All right, you both get a point. I'm keeping score, by the way.
I'm not eating a dude's dick, but like when he had big booty women in his video, yes, I will eat those quote unquote what the kids call it cakes. And eat those get pink eye.
Well, but that's not like eating the way you eat food.
It's like a lawnmower.
Good Lord. All right, on to our next question. Would Michael Shanoudi eat a Charizard?
Boy. Weird one.
I'll give it a caveat if it's in some fucking belief system, yeah. But those aren't real, man. How are you gonna eat a mythical or made up card thing? It's gonna taste like a card.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no because Charizard is technically a dragon, and that's we don't eat dragons here. That's not what we do. We're not that level. I wish we were at that level. No offense to you, Mike. Nothing like that, but we don't eat dragons. We don't eat dragons. So I just have to say no there.
It's a no for me, dog, because that's for the peasant. We're peasants. That seems a meal for kings.
Damn straight.
Fair enough. All right, I got 3 more here, okay? So we are going to start out with, would Michael Shanoudi eat Jeremy Roenick?
Okay. Yeah, sure, why not?
I have to agree. Yeah, he's definitely going to because it's already it's already marinated in beer basically. So you got that going. Throw a little salt, little pepper on there. Bam! You got a good old Roenick ribs, River Roenick.
Think about how many meals you can make out of it. Or whatever. You got so many different cuts of meat.
Do we have enough Tupperware? I don't think so.
Yeah, gotta go to Tupperware store, man. Tupperware store. Sponsor of Holers.
The Container Store.
This is legit. If I would be a cannibal, and the answer is yes, because there's only one way to survive, and that's the survival of the fittest. And Jeremy Roenick seems like the guy who's got a lot of meat on his bones. So to say I would only eat how many of Jeremy's I would eat, probably take 5 to fill me up, but each one would have to do the normal and would have to take off the horn. I'm not gonna do that. And obviously, the toaster oven deal where we're gonna just toast it up.
You sell that, and someone has it in a bar fucking Rasputin.
Yeah.
There you go. Are you gonna do all different 5 Roenick's, different flavors? A barbecue, a spicy mustard, a soy.
We'll toss him some wing sauces. You gotta try with that meat. It seems like a tough meat to try. but you got to find the right sauce with it. So the only way to do it is to toss it and see. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. On to our next one here. And just so you guys know, the current score is Jeff 5, Eric 4. So in this instance, I am going to make Jeff go first so he can't just follow Eric and keep his lead. All right?
Okay.
All right, fair. So would Shanoudi eat a manatee?
What's a manatee?
It's like a sea cow.
Sea cow.
Oh, and fuck yeah, regular cows are awesome. Why not a sea cow? Dude, tie it up. Then he has to think on his feet. Pick Eric's answer.
I'm gonna say he would not. Although Shanoudi is a fan of the cow, when he transferred to the sea, it gets salty. I mean, those things, those manatees, they just float around and don't do anything. So the meat's probably not that good. It's not good lean meat. It's just gonna be fatty meat, sort of. And when you have too much fatty meat, it's not as good. So I'm gonna say no on this one.
All right, Shanoudi, what's your ruling?
So my ruling is yes, because cow. So on that note, I'm a fan of probably eat like maybe 4 or 5 of them. They seem like they swim. They swim. It's not like cows graze and they're still fat and they're vegetarians. So I'm down to try something called a sea cow at least once.
Dude, the average weight of a manatee is around 1,000 pounds.
I don't think you need 5.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend was about that weight, so it's all good.
Good Lord.
So, wait. I gotta ask though, would he eat a West Indian manatee, an African manatee, or Amazonian manatee?
Amazonian, definitely, because the Amazonian sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like more like a barbecue probably down there.
Sounds more like
had to fuck with the anaconda, right?
Caribbean
That's
drift.
what they like.
You got an anaconda. You got a manatee wrapped in anaconda. Woo!
You make me hungry, and I just ate dinner.
That's like a bacon wrap something.
Yeah.
All right, Shanoudi, take us away.
All right, baby. Well, boys, thank you again. That was a lovely game corner, my man, Walrus. I think you now have a backup plan for everything: the host, game corner, and sex symbol with Jeff. So you now have the trifecta. Well, thank you guys for listening to the show. We appreciate everybody that listens and downloads, and subscribe to 5 Holers as well as the Four Corners Radio. Go see us at 4cr.studio, as well as our other podcasts in our podcast family. And follow 5 Holers on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as Four Corners on those same platforms. And we're all streaming in every services, as well as YouTube, if you want to see some visuals. And as always, Jeff, Zach, and Eric, thank you for being on the show once again. And the Walrus, you know what time it is.
Why go bar down when you can hit the 5 hole? Aim low.